Welcome to Bronze Nation TV. This is Jaime Ochoa, Rasologist. Today we're going to be talking about tequila! This history lesson is brought to you by Tequila Corcel, one of the finest tequilas on the market today. Let's get to it. The first versions of tequila date back to 1000 BC by the Olmecs, a more prehistoric Mesoamerican civilization. In the earliest version, it was known as Pulque and made from the fermented sap of the agave plant in what is now in northern Mexico. Around 250 to 300 AD, the Aztec Indians first fermented the juice of agave to produce their ceremonial wine, Pulque. The 1500s marked the beginning of a distillation process used for the agave plant to make tequila. Spaniards and Filipinos introduced their distillation methods. By the early 1600s, the first Marquis of Altamira, a Spanish nobleman, Don Luis Sanchez de Tagle, who was once the most influential and richest man in New Spain, Mexico, and known as the father of tequila, as we know it today. The first Empress of Mexico, Empress Ana Maria, the great-great-great-grandniece of Don Luis Sanchez, built the first large-scale distillery in what is now known as Tequila, Jalisco. In 1758, the Cuervo family began distilling tequila, and in 1873, the Sauza family followed. Cuervo and Sauza are still some of the most popular brands on the market today. During the Prohibition era in the U.S., outlaws started to drink tequila more in the States, or they traveled across the border to enjoy the Mexican spirit. By 1974, the term tequila was declared intellectual property of the Mexican government. This means tequila needs to come from a certain area of Mexico in order to be considered legitimate tequila. Sauza identified the blue agave as the best option for making tequila today. In order for it to be classified tequila, it must be made from blue agave and produced in the states of Jalisco and limited areas such as the states of Guanajuato, Michoacán, Nayarit, and Tamaulipas. In the same year, the Tequila Regulatory Council was established to uphold the quality and culture of the Mexican spirit. Let's get into the history of the different types of tequila. Let's start with Tequila Blanco. Silver or Blanco tequilas are made for mixing. Tequila is at its most basic is often called a Blanco or a silver. This is the gold standard of the two-ingredient tequila cocktails, besides the margarita. It is probably the most popular of them all. Some people use grape soda, pineapple juice, orange juice. They add some additional agave syrup, vermouth, or Bloody Mary mix. Tequila Joven. These tequilas are often called suave, Joven, gold, or abogado, normally made with the 51% mixed tequila. The blending of silver tequila with an extra aged tequila is considered gold or Joven tequila. Then we have Tequila Reposado. These tequilas are aged for 2 months to a year in oak barrels. The slight amount of aging rounds and softens the taste. Moving along to Anejo. This tequila is aged for 1 to 3 years in oak barrels. This is a sipping tequila, one that exhibits not only flavors of agave, but rich vanilla and bloomy aromas. Excellent to have with a good stogie. And we will close with the one called Extra Anejo. This tequila is aged in oak barrels longer than 3 years. Very similar in taste as the Anejo, with deeper flavors of the agave and the hint of vanilla, along with the complementary bloomy aromas. I want to give a special shout out to Ed Magaña and Ruben Santana of Corcel Tequila. Drink responsible and salud.